What's going on a Friday? This is STL Sports Central, where all content is brought to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours. The show is Card Central 365, powered by Gray Bar. He's Ryan Fagan. I'm Joe Roderick, as it must be Friday with Ryan here in studio, getting ready for a Cardinals weekend where the play on the field is going to be greatly overshadowed by everything else going on at the stadium.
Yeah, a lot of nostalgia this weekend. I think that's a good play right now.
Yeah, you have the 1985 team there celebrating 40 years. You have the Cardinal Hall of Fame weekend. Yeah. You have Yadier Molina in the dugout for all three games. And Wilson Contreras will not be allowed to enjoy any of it because it has come out. His suspension has been reduced down to 4 games from the 6. So no Wilson Contreras this weekend. No Wilson Contreras. Alec Burleson still on the IL. That'll be a lot of fun to see who plays first base this weekend.
It is a thin lineup, a thinner lineup.
Who does play first base?
That's a good question. I hadn't really thought about it.
I didn't either until I just said it out
loud.
You
just said it out loud?
As I was trying to think, I was like, wait, Burleson's on the IL.
Yeah, I mean, Donovan could play there, but he's not going. Obviously, he's
still hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not activated yet.
Yeah. Man, where's Luke and Baker when you need him?
Right. My goodness. So much for all the show prep we put into this episode today.
That threw it out the window.
Right. I as we just sit here and we talk, I'm really like, who do you in that Cardinal dugout this weekend? The man with the most reps at first base is going to be Yadier Molina, who's there as a coach, right?
Pozo's played there 4 times this year. Gorman's played 3 games. Pa has 2, and that's it. So Nolan Gorman, it's your first baseman.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just called up. I mean, did Crooks play first base at all down in Memphis?
Doubt it. That's not what they're going for with him.
Do you put Lars Nootbaar there for 4 games and you say, hey, look what else he can do? And you make his trade ability even greater.
I don't think that does anything to improve his trade value. He's not a slugging first baseman. So
I need these lineups to come out like real fast.
Crooks played 2 games. Played 2 games in the minors. In the fall league, he played 2 games at first base.
You just throw Herrera there and you say, what the hell? Let's just see how this goes.
No. No, you can't.
Better first baseman at Busch Stadium tonight, Rafael Devers or Ravon Herrera.
You put Gorman. I mean, Gorman's played a couple games there.
Right.
That's your answer. Yeah.
It would shock me, Nolan Gorman being a power hitter. I get, drafted as a third baseman, being a power hitter his entire high school career.
Yeah.
It would just absolutely shock me if he never once played first base in high school, right?
Probably though. I mean, but you don't.
I don't think you could find that.
Put your best athletes at first base in high school ball, though.
Yeah, but I mean, just a day, maybe there's a junior or a sophomore behind him that plays third base, and you're just wanting to get a look, and you got Nolan. You know what? Hey, you're gonna go play first today.
Yeah, he just looking through his.
You're not gonna find it. Yeah,
no, I just looking through his minor league numbers. No, he never played there in minors either. So he's played 3 games in the bigs, not started any games.
Right.
He's played 3 games in the bigs. 6 innings total, 3 chances, 3 putouts.
Who's Memphis's first baseman now?
Man, you're just going totally off.
I know.
Skill prep. What the heck?
It really was. I know. It wasn't something that I had any consideration about before we started this. So it's a very, it's a fun question to ponder here for the next hour or two before those lineups even comes out. I will do this. And this is how show prep we're going to get with this. I'm going to text Klebs right now and I'm going to ask him.
There you go.
So we'll there we go. And I texted Klebs. Klebs would know. He would he might already be down at the ballpark. So with no Burleson there, no Contreras there, we'll see if Klebs gets me an answer for
there you go.
That.
Tell him he's on the clock.
Right. Unless he's already driving out of the ballpark, he usually will. Yeah, that's usually a pretty quick response from him on that.
Yeah,
so
look at Matt Lloyd Blaze Jordan,
right?
Evan Collins at Memphis.
Somebody
Baker
throwing out
too,
Spade. Yeah, so the first comment was Blaze Jordan. It was one of the.
But he's not a guy that you rush up.
Can JJ Weatherholt play first base?
Yeah, Blaze hasn't hit so well since he's come into the Cardinals organization, so I don't think this is the time.
No.
173 average, 197 on base percentage.
That's not good.
Probably not the time to move him up.
Clabe says Gorman.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So we'll take that. Nolan Gorman, possibly your first baseman this weekend.
Probably. Let's
be
honest.
Yeah. All right. So we got that out of the way. Now into everything else going on this weekend. It is the celebration of the 1985 team. 40 years since they won a World Series. Ryan, I have no idea how old you are.
Let's just say I was around for that.
Okay, so you have
they didn't win.
Memories of it.
Oh yeah, 85 was when I learned that life wasn't fair. When you watched the Don Denkinger play.
Yeah,
in Game 6. That was. I remember watching the game and telling my mom, but he was out.
Right.
And she's like, sometimes that doesn't matter. Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, no, I was 9 years old when the 85 World Series happened.
The list of those in attendance: Joe Beaver, Steve Braun, Danny Cox, Ken Daly, Ivan DeJesus, Kurt Ford, Tom Herr, Ricky Horton, Art Howe, Kurt Kepshire, Tom Lawless, Nick Leva, Willie McGee, Terry Pendleton, Pat Perry, Ozzie Smith, John Tudor, Andy Van Slyke, Todd Worrell, and Frank Kopenbarger.
Yes. Some big names in there.
There is some good names in there. I know Terry Pendleton and Danny Cox, I believe, are doing the live at Lowe's after the game tonight with Claves and Ricky.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, so they'll be over there. But I think they also said everyone's going to pretty much if they're there in attendance, they're going to make their way over there for that. So I would imagine it's one of those where maybe other microphones get passed around.
the two presenting guys, and then everybody gets a chance.
Stories possibly get told during that as well.
I mean, and there's going to be some just great stories. I know when the team was a 2000. What was the team that we honored at the Baseball Writers Dinner last year? And they just have some of the stories, and Pat Perry was one of the guys there, and some of the stories they told, and just getting them back together, and you could just see them falling into these different things. And it was really cool. I mean, so that's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those cases, where the stories get better and better. Yeah, every time they do get together, and imagine they're gonna pop in on some of the broadcast too, TV, radio side, especially tomorrow's game, the Saturday game, not a Cardinal telecast. It's Fox.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, they'll have somebody on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So but especially a night like tonight, if you're leaving the game, or once the game's over with, I would recommend after you're done listening to the post-game show here on
or while you're going over
Central, when you're watching that with Ethan and I think Pelican tonight. Then from there you go over and you then turn on KMOX and listen to those stories.
Yeah, be a good time.
And then maybe later on listen to whatever Matt Pauly's whatever he wants to do after. Matt Pauly, who has told me many times we need to stagger our post-game shows.
So they're not
they're not against each other. Yeah.
Nice.
That's
good people.
You very much so.
Yeah.
But I mean, I obviously in 85, I was 6 months old when that World Series took place. And I also wasn't a Cardinal fan at 6 months old either. So I was
not that early
in the South Side of Chicago. I was a White Sox fan. I was waiting for Frank Thomas to get drafted.
Yeah. There you go. For a while.
Yeah. So I don't have the memories of it like you would have as a kid, and I'm sure many of our viewers would.
Yeah, when you talked about it, the first thing one of the first things I thought about when the 85 is the song "The Heat Is On," right? Because we were my wife and I and my daughter, we were in Chicago this weekend for Labor Day weekend, and at some point we heard the song "The Heat Is On," and I kind of smiled and laughed, and she's like, why is that song funny? I was like, no, it's just it's this connection,
right?
Because they played it all summer,
right?
Because just
similar in 2019 in Gloria.
Yeah, it was less organic than Gloria though. I think putting "The Heat Is On" as the song for that summer had to do with, putting the pressure on with Vince Coleman coming up as a rookie, stealing all his base, all these guys. It was more of a choice, whereas Gloria kind of happened organically.
Yeah.
And as the story goes. So
you still needed to have,
but it works though. Yeah. And it works. Like they had that was the song in 85. And if you search YouTube, you can find different compilations.
Oh yeah. That's still, I mean, even for somebody like I just mentioned, for somebody that had no connection with that team at all, like I hear that song and the first thing that I will think about is the Cardinals. Like that is immediate connection with that. So that's pretty cool.
Coleman's not on the list here, and I think there are a couple guys. Jack Clark's on the list, and I mean everybody's got things going on. But to get, I mean, obviously you want Ozzy there, and to get Terry Pendleton to come back is a big deal. Andy Van Slyke, have him there. Todd Worrell, he was a rookie who I think made his debut like late in the season, wound up closing games in the postseason. I mean, there's a lot of pieces there that are going to be that play big supporting roles. I mean, that was the year, you look at it like Tom Herr. Yeah, as a kid who collected baseball cards and obsessively memorized the stats on the back of the baseball cards. This is before Baseball Reference was around and any of those things. Is you looked at Tommy Herr's the back of his baseball card and it had 8 home runs and 110 RBIs, and to have a single digit home runs and a triple digit RBIs it just blew my little mind, because like, how does that possibly happen? But I mean, they didn't have power, right? So somebody's got to hit the 3-hole, and when you have Jack Clark as the slugger, so as a right-hander, you wanted a lefty in front of him, and then you had Coleman as a switch hitter up top, and McGee hitting 353 or whatever he hit that year. It was the perfect spot for Tommy Herr, and he was good at delivering key hits. And it felt like every home run he hit, he didn't hit solo home runs. Like he had a grand slam, he had 3-run home runs. I mean, it was a team that was, and this is going deep back into the recesses of the memory. I don't remember a ton from back then, but it was an exciting brand of baseball to watch, and something that, I mean, we'll never see teams like that again. You just won't, because there's so much emphasis on power. You don't have those. I mean, a team may have 1 or 2 of those types of players, but they don't have 4 or 5, 6, 7 like that. So it's kind of, it's a fun memory for Cardinals fans, but it's also a look at the way the game has changed pretty significantly in a lot of ways.
Only one of the guys on that list made our top 100 numbers, as I'm looking through here on that. Just was curious to see if any of those guys that'll be there tonight were on that list. And no, that's not the case for those that'll be here. Ozzy, the only one.
Willie didn't make it
from that,
and you guys had to loot me.
Oh, Willie did get Willie. What did make it? You're right. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way there was another 51 that would have been.
Yes, he's on there. Yes. Others, yeah. So yes, he was on there for that. So yes, thank you.
I was like, you should have done this with me involved if he wasn't there.
Yeah. I think I thought I had involved you in this.
You emailed me about it once and I ignored it.
There you go. Well, okay. So I did my part. It is weird, I think, that they're doing this the same weekend as the Hall of Fame weekend, especially with attendance the way it's been this year.
Yeah, maybe draw it out a little bit.
Yeah. Like this is one of those where you do it. I mean, take the Chicago Bulls, for example, who last year had Derrick Rose nights.
Yeah.
And this year are retiring Derrick Rose's number, and also on 4 different occasions have giveaways that are Derrick Rose figurines. Yeah. That is stretching it out as many games as possible to get attendance for that. I would think that, yes, it would be a smart marketing move to do this, do the 85 team at some point and do the Hall of Fame a different weekend and stretch this out.
Because just looking at the schedule, they do have one more home weekend against.
We're just doing in July. I mean, well, July you had Cubs and Yankees back-to-back weekends, so you didn't need to do
you didn't want to do it there.
But there were other weekends, I think, in July or August that you probably could have done this with.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at because the Hall of Fame has a kind of a set time, but honoring the 85 team, it could have been
right
at any point. But I tell you what, I mean,
and to not have, I mean, it would have made sense too if you had members of that 85 team in this Hall of Fame class, and you don't. The Hall of Fame class this year is Edgar Renteria, Al Rabosky, and the late Walt Jocketty.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, if you're gonna pick a weekend, to hang out of the ballpark. When you look at what all the stuff that's happening, and you look at the weather, like we were just, like I said, we were just in Chicago, and it was like perfect weather, and it's like this is nothing to do with what we're talking about, but like weather makes everything so much better, doesn't it? Like if it's good weather and if you're out there,
I mean, just go back to 3 weeks ago, how miserable it was to be at the ballpark.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time to just be anywhere outside, and if you're gonna be outside, might as well, because Lord knows the tickets aren't expensive.
I didn't tell you this. I'm not going to name names, but there was a media member during that weekend that I was not at my seat when they came around. I was saying hi to a friend that was there at the ballpark, and I came back, and the window in front of me was down.
I am team window down. I don't care what it's like.
In the week where it was like 110 degrees.
I don't care. I want to hear. Now you can have like the window halfway down, because the press box windows in Busch, they move. So you can have them like halfway down. You can have them all the way up. And it's always interesting to me to see what people put them all the way down. Cause like, look, baseball, you have to hear baseball, right? Like you need to hear baseball. You need to hear all the stuff that's going on. So like, I get it if you want to move like the window halfway down, but, and I have this little fan that I plug into my laptop, and it just set it right here. It's just baseball's
been a long time since I've had an enemy in the media, and I do now.
You just have to sit somewhere else, and we'll be good.
That was an interesting choice. Paulie wasn't happy with it either. He came up there. He got up there in the second inning.
No, I'm not going to force somebody.
And I go, wasn't me, man. You know better.
I'm not going to force somebody to put it down. I'll defer if somebody has a strong opinion. But if it's just me sitting in front of the window, yeah, I want it down.
I'd be like, you can go sit outside. I'll get you a chair. You can go sit. You can go sit outside.
Or halfway. You got to hear something, man. I don't know. Plus, part of me always wants to catch a foul ball, which I have in a press box
at Busch's.
No, not at Busch, but like it's still like
which press box?
It was in Houston.
I don't know where that press box.
It's back. It's not as high, but it's back. It hit right next to me. I picked it up and like took a picture, and then not wanting to get yelled at by the fans who watched it. There was a kid in front, and I just dropped it down to the kids.
That's a lot to hit a foul ball up into the Busch press.
It would be, but it's not impossible.
I think I've only seen like one make it to the section in front.
You got to believe, man.
I've never caught a foul ball in a game.
Really?
Yeah. It's
fun. It's a rush.
Hudson screwed me over earlier this season on that.
So he got it?
No. He got in my way. This was early season this year, and there was nobody in our section.
Yeah.
Nobody anywhere near us. And it was either Von Herrera or Wilson Contreras hit a foul ball one section to the right of us, one section to the left of us, and then hit it right at us. And it's coming, it's real high. It's coming over there. And I'm like, Hud, move. And he just ducked right into me. And I wasn't able to move to catch the ball.
Sounds like an excuse.
And it hit my hand.
It hit your hand?
Hit my hand.
Then it ain't his fault.
I was reaching.
It ain't his fault.
If I could have gotten under it with two, would have caught it easily.
If it hits your hand, it's not your kid's fault.
One hand?
Catch it.
I should have. I was upset. I was pissed. Because that's the closest I've ever been to it. Yeah.
You want to hear a story about
he dropped a t-shirt.
A missed foul ball.
He dropped a t-shirt one of the games we were at this year, and I made fun of him mercifully. Showed no mercy on that because of him costing me the foul ball earlier in the season. I was like, that's karma for you.
Nice. Yeah. So real quick, I used to work for the Suburban Journals out in St. Charles County, and the River City Rascals were out there. Their press box was right behind home plate. There was like 6 rows in front of it. And I always told everybody, I'm going to catch a foul pop-up. I'm going to catch a foul pop-up. For years, I told them that. And they always laughed at me because they're like, there's no way. It had to go up and come down very quickly, or had to be really high because there just wasn't much room there. So like the third year of the team, it happens. I see it coming, and I lean out, and I reach over, and it bounces off my fingers. And the whole press box is, because they know I've been talking about it for 3 years, right? Fast forward, like, I went to Mizzou, got the job at Sporting News, and they sent me to spring training, and I went down to spring training, and I was doing like this tour of all these different spots, and one of the stops was Jupiter. I run into the guy who was the who kept score for the Rascals. And I haven't seen this guy in like 10 years. So we're talking and his buddy's there and he goes, "Hey, this is Ryan. He's the guy that dropped the foul ball at the Rascals game." I was like, "You gotta be kidding me." That was a lifetime ago. And his friend goes, "Oh, this is the guy?" It was bad, man.
Real bad.
I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We'll get into the Hall of Fame stuff and we'll actually talk some Cardinals Giants in just a second. But guys, hey, Missouri, get ready. The wait's almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State, and you can sign up today. New customers can get $300 in bonus bets when we launch on December 1st. Download now and place a $5 bet when we go live. DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when we officially go live in Missouri, you'll be betting with the Sportsbook app trusted by millions. Safe, secure, and has a fast money withdrawal. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code STL Sports to grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. So that's code STL Sports in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promotions. Was on that DraftKings app last night and thought it was a pretty safe bet to go Saquon Barkley with 2 touchdowns last night. So it was Jalen Hurts that got the 2 touchdowns last night.
Touchdown
I was trying to ride Saquon's 2024 season into week 1 of 2025 and did not go my way with that. But I'm sure come this Sunday, I'll be sitting there on my couch over in Illinois and looking at some of the touchdown scores that I can bet on for the first Sunday of NFL games.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. I'll be over in Missouri tomorrow. I'll be in Columbia so tomorrow morning for the Mizzou, Kansas.
Is there something happening?
We are, and we are going to do a pregame show at 11:30
Nice.
from the bar My House out there in Columbia. I believe I've been told it used to be Bengals out there in Columbia. Now it is called My House, and we will be out there at 11:30 tomorrow.
That's cool.
Doing a pregame show, getting you ready for Mizzou and Kansas at 2:30 is when that kickoff is, and we'll have a post-game show after that. Post-game shows after everything tomorrow, by the way. We will get you started with Card Central 365 and then have the Mizzou pregame show. We'll have Illinois postgame show, Mizzou postgame show, City postgame show, and Cardinal postgame show tomorrow here on STL Sports Central. It will be a busy Sunday or Saturday here on STL Sports Central. Cardinals and Giants do play each other tonight and this weekend. Giants kind of in a downward spiral as of late.
Yeah, they were one of the surprise teams this year. They got out to that quick start and they were keeping pace with the Dodgers and then the Padres, and then they just fell off. But like they have been better lately. They were spiraling for a long time. They've been better. They've been much better. They've been playing. I mean, I think what do they want, like 9 of the last 10 games, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's a team that, and maybe even more than that. Yeah, they won 10 of the last 11. I mean, and going through Milwaukee, Chicago, and then, the Orioles and Rockies. But I mean, Cardinals fans know the Rockies can be difficult if you catch them on the wrong day. But, they've been playing better. They've kind of like found the mojo they had early in the season. With Devers in that lineup, that's something they really needed, the offense. He's kind of helped provide that a little bit, at least stability in that lineup. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. McGreevy's starting for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
tonight. You're looking at his game log. he had 6 starts. Finally into the rotation on a regular basis. He had 6 starts in August, a 3.5 ERA. But the thing that's the best when you're looking at his game logs, like on MLB.com or Baseball Reference, is the innings. He went 6 innings every single time.
It just seems
every single time.
It just, he will get in there and it looks like he gets in trouble first or second inning.
Yeah.
And somehow when you look up at the end, he's 6 innings into a game.
Yep. And sometimes it's, he's given up 3 or 4, but he still got you the 6 innings, and it's not 3 and done. It's limiting damage, which is nice to see out of someone who's still relatively early in their career. But yeah, he's been great. I think this is a chance for him to go up against a team that has been hitting the ball well, and kind of again show what he can do.
Need a better nickname for Michael McGreevy. I mean, because you look at what he does out there and the way he battles, and obviously a bulldog comes to mind with that, but that's Oral Hershiser.
Hershiser has that.
He's Oral Hershiser. Has he been gone long? Can you reuse nicknames? I mean, is a dog nickname only good for one person?
I mean, you can.
You have to find another dog
with different parts of the country, different. I mean, but I mean, Hershiser was so good when he had that nickname, and like the things that he did leading that the Dodgers teams in the 88 World Series, the shutout streak that he had. He's kind of got that. I mean, I don't know. Can you come up with some sort of nickname with the 6 innings for McGreevy? I know it's not too exciting, but it's accurate.
No, it just feels like, I mean, because he's going to keep getting stronger. He's going to keep getting, and he's going to get better as he gets more work. And I feel like I want to be on the front lines of coming up with the Michael McGreevy nickname.
That's your assignment for next time we talk. I want you to have a nickname for McGreevy.
Dog related. I mean, if has anyone just been DAWG dog McGreevy? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, everyone from Georgia has had the dog nickname at some point. It was the dog pound in Cleveland.
Yeah. So I just think, you need to find a good nickname for McGreevy. Where's he from? From San Clementine High School. That's out in California. So you can find something. Where'd he go? We have to do that by the end of this year. That's because he went to.
I mean, just searching dog DAWG in the Baseball Reference. Josh Reddick was Red Dog. Dylan Betances was D Dog. Chili Davis was Chili Dog. So I mean, there have been. I don't think there's just been a straight dog, though.
Yeah. If he was he's 37, number 37. So that doesn't work. 36 doesn't work for anything related to that either. So need to come up with a good one for him. We're going to work on that as the end of the season rolls on. But you get to see Rafael Devers for the second time this year. Saw him opening week as a Red Sox, and it's been a bit of an adventure with him in San Francisco, going there and being willing to play first and getting thrown into third base here recently with Matt Chapman getting ejected from a game.
And then play third base anyway.
And then as we mentioned it too, like the Red Sox have played well when they get rid of him, and now they're it's just been an up and down weird season.
The thing that he's done is hit.
Yeah,
right. There could be all this other stuff, but he's got 30 home runs, 97 RBIs overall in the year. OPS,
exactly what you knew you were going to get out of him.
Exactly. That's what the Giants desperately needed, was some sort of big bat in the lineup. Right in the middle of things, and he's been that, and I think he's looking at facing a couple of right-handers, and the Cardinals are going to throw out there, McGreevy and Plante and Sonny Gray, and I mean, how they handle him is going to go a long way to see how they do in the series.
You will not see, as we mentioned at the top of the show, no Wilson Contreras 4-game suspension. Do you think that's fair for what happened 2 weeks ago?
I mean, it seems like a little much, but the difference between 2 and 3 and 4, I'm not sure how much it is.
I thought they had the 6 originally.
But I think they throw that out there. I mean, maybe compared to what we saw in that. Speaking of Devers, in that dust up that they had with Kyle Freeland, you know, and then Freeland doesn't get any suspension, and Chapman's the only one that gets a suspension, you know, and that seemed a little weird. So in light of that, starting a big brawl, the Contreras gets 4 games. I don't know. I mean, there's all sorts of different, you know, machinations for how they figure things out. But, you know, Devers has been so, I mean, you know, we talk about how good he's been for them, but like even especially lately, his last 8 games, he has 5 home runs and an OPS of over 1,400. I mean, this is a guy that is just, he's been everything that they could have hoped for lately, and we'll see if that keeps up.
Card Central 365 powered by Gray Bar around the rest of Major League Baseball this weekend. Yankees have they just cannot stay out of the headlines. A very interesting series for them down in Houston this past weekend, as Aaron Boone gets ejected from the game on Wednesday, and then yesterday the exact same umpire makes a just terrible call on Ryan McMahon at third base.
Yeah, that was bad
with the line drive. That was not a, I guess, reviewable, overturnable call. Did
they got together and talked about it?
Yeah, and they didn't overturn it.
They didn't overturn it, even though video evidence.
It was terrible. It just happened to be the same umpire that ejected Aaron Boone the night before at home plate. So, and then add on to that, they also requested an inspection of a bat for the Houston Astros, which they said was illegal, but not an ejectable bat. It was it's been a while, I feel like, since we've seen a bat confiscate in the middle of a game.
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. And it's not like it was one of the best hitters. Right. You know, Taylor Trammell, who's, you know, I mean, he was once upon a time, he was a pretty big prospect, but he's bounced around a lot lately. It was kind of an odd choice maybe to target.
Yeah. His bat appeared to be shaved down, appeared to be a shaved down portion near the barrel. The coloring was apparently a violation. But that's
an odd thing to go after.
Yeah. 2-color bat must be divided into 2 sections, each of 1 solid color. So that's, they
weird battle to pick.
It is. Yeah. Also weird that it was a guy that played for the Yankees in last year in their AAA affiliate. So is there talk in the dugout?
Has a career 1,000 batting average for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Went 1 for 1.
Just overall a weird Yankees week.
But they're playing better, you know. I mean, they're back to within a couple of games of the.
Bring that drama to the postseason, please, because we have nothing to watch here locally with that. So that's all I can hope for come October. But post-game shows after each and every game this weekend. Cards 365 every morning on Saturday and Sunday. Lots of shows still to come here on STL Sports Central. Enjoy your baseball weekend. He is Ryan Fagan. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you next time.